Good morning. It's about 5 o'clock. Brewing my coffee. Gonna eat some Pop-Tarts. Get on a trail by 5:30. First few miles is 3 different summits. And then it starts leveling off and it gets flatter, which is good because I have about a 30-mile day that I need, maybe a little more. Might be a little less, but close to 30 today. So that's gonna be a big day. Elevation's not too bad, but it's pretty much all in the beginning, so it's gonna be a rough start. But it's all good. I'd rather climb those mountains first thing in the morning than the end of the night. All right, let's get going. Make it a beautiful day. Climbing West Peak Mountain right now. Struggling so far. That back pain that I've been telling you about the last couple days is so much worse today. Oh, it's actually affecting my breathing. Definitely that vertebrae out or something. Man, I hope I don't have another fracture in my spine. If I do, it'll have to heal, but I'm not quitting. Way too close. Just gonna have to struggle through it. It's going to affect my mileage today, potentially. I mean, I'm still gonna have to get those miles, but it's gonna make them a little more labored and hard. Oh boy. And oh well, what can you do? Hopefully it'll work itself out and start feeling a little better as the day progresses. Right now, not feeling so good. Standing on the summit of West Peak, the first summit of the day. Bright and early in the morning, not many views, just beautiful trees and forest. And what a great walk up. Steep, but all rock stairs and dirt. Ah, the way I love it. Straight up, but not having to scramble, not wasting that extra energy. I love those too. But this is nice first thing in the morning. And the first summit of the day, West Peak, is in the bag. Standing on the summit of Hay Mountain. Again, socked in with trees. There is an opening right here, but that doesn't do any good unless you want to view the clouds. Again, a nice gradual climb. Next is Whitecap Mountain. Have no idea if it's going to be gradual or not, but there's going to be great views from there. But these views are good too. They're great. It's the beautiful forest in nature. Beautiful, cool, humid day. It's not really that cool, kind of coolish, probably 60 degrees. But the second summit of the day, Hay Mountain, is in the bag. This back of mine is insanely painful at times. Mainly when I have to twist around rocks or scramble, which the only scrambling that's happened so far today has been here on Whitecap. Very light scrambling, shouldn't do anything to hurt me. But man, just breathing hurts right now. I'm really hoping it eases up. The fact that it's worse today than was the last couple of days, though, makes me think that's not gonna ease up. At least today, here soon, I'll be on flatter ground, and that doesn't hurt near as bad, unless there's a bunch of logs and rocks, or roots and rocks, I should say. Then you're doing a lot of stepping up and over. But hey, the good news is I barely notice my foot pain, my knee pain, and my hip pain because the back is taking center stage right now. Funny how that works. Been a pretty steady climb up Whitecap, and here it just flattens out a little bit of a saddle before it makes the last climb of a few hundred feet to the summit, where there should be some really epic views. Standing on the summit of Whitecap Mountain. Very open views on 180 degrees right behind me. It is gorgeous. The last summit of this range was pretty gradual, pretty nice overall. Beautiful views. Spin you out there one more time. Now the big descent. I think there's one more summit later on today, but most of the elevation is done for the day now. And Whitecap Mountain is in the bag. Here's a view from the other side of the summit. You take a little side trail down for this view. Beautiful, hazy. So this over here kind of looks like Katahdin, but that's way too close for Katahdin. I'm still 65 miles away, I think. Yeah, it's about 65. And I don't think that's the right direction. I think I'm going more this way. I don't know. It's probably, there's something way in the distance out there. That's probably it. That looks like that'd be more like 60 miles. Or over there. I don't know. But anyway, I'm walking towards it, so I'm going to see it soon enough. This is still a beautiful view, even in the haze, though. That's a really cool shot over there. So coming down the trail right now, the more I look, the more I'm sold. That right there is Katahdin. Long way away. Like I said, 60 plus miles, but that's Katahdin. This is nice. This is real nice. Descending white cap, and a good portion of this is rock stairs. It doesn't help my back feel any better per se, but it makes the walk a lot easier, not having to twist as much. Good job, Maine Appalachian Trail Conservancy. Now if you could just do this on all the mountains, on the descents, don't have to do it on the uphills. Of course, the ascents and descents are interchangeable depending on which direction you're coming from. I shouldn't laugh, it hurts. Look at this, it's amazing. Talk about getting some speed up. And a few more for the next couple thousand feet. I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is the worst my back has felt since it was broken. Compressed fracture, the T7, same spot. Back on the PCT. I kept going. Fought through it. But those first couple of weeks were brutal. That was the worst of it. After the whole emergency in the desert where I had to get rushed to the hospital. Problem is with this one, the slightest little thing, little movement to the left, little movement to the right, a step down, a step up, that, tripping a little bit or stubbing a toe, any kind of movement makes me wince because it's such a sharp pain that shoots through and literally takes my breath away for a second or two. It's brutal. It's hurting pretty bad right now. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but it's okay because I have a starburst. And I'm trying to push 30 miles a day. That's not going to be easy. I'm about 8 miles right now. If it can just be flat with not too many obstacles, I can cruise pretty good and it doesn't hurt as bad. I mean, it hurts constantly right now. But certain movements, especially jarring, like stepping down on something, just sends a shooting pain right through the spine. But I'm almost there. So I'm pushing through. And I'm gonna stand on top of Katahdin. Yep. That's what's gonna happen. climbing Little Boardman Mountain right now. I've definitely had a few choice words for this trail in this section. Freaking S-curves everywhere, rocks, lots of blowdowns, which is very annoying to me right now because my back already feels like it's breaking, and then I have to keep ducking under things. At least there's some switchbacks, yay. Which just makes it longer. The trail's supposed to get a little easier after this and flatter for quite some time. I'm looking forward to that because right now what's hurting the worst is the jarring. So when I'm descending on something steep or off a rock, or I'm stepping up on something steep or a rock, pretty intense. This is not that hard of a section or a trail here. But right now, it just feels like I keep getting kicked in the lungs or something. Which it has nothing to do with my lungs. Just want to make sure that's clear. It's my back. Could even be a rib, to be honest, at the back. But the pain is very similar to when I had the fracture a couple years ago. And that could, since I have osteoporosis, that could come from a lot of different things. That could come from just twisting wrong with a backpack on, going steep down rocks and such over the last few days. Or could have been me sneezing weird in the middle of the night and twisting my body. It could be such random things when your bones are soft. So all I know is it's excruciating at times. Just about the time it's getting more manageable or feeling better because of a level trail where I don't have to twist or anything. All of a sudden, boom, here comes some twisty trail for you. And blowdowns, making you have to crawl on your hands and knees with your backpack on. Or I could take my backpack off when I go under those, which are equally as painful. Because getting my backpack on, lifting it, anything to do with that tweaks the back right now. Sharp pains. I'm just gonna have to deal with it till I'm done and try to get as many miles out as I can each day. I mean, I know I could do at least 20 every day. Well, these last couple days, but the 30, that's pushing it because my pace isn't good enough right now. Maybe it will be after the descent on this when the trail becomes more flat and less obstacled. But for now, I do have to kind of go slow and try to avoid twisting and turning because sometimes that pain gets so sharp it's almost debilitating for a couple seconds and definitely sucks the breath out of me. I'm sure you've heard it a couple times as I'm talking here. Just the wrong little tweak, but it's okay. I'm just talking it out. Nothing could be done except what I'm already doing. Getting done and then resting. Yeah, it's nothing major. It just is quite painful with what I'm doing right now. Hopefully a good night's sleep tonight will help it heal up a little bit, whatever's going on. That would be nice. All kinds of switchbacks here right now. But I'm getting close to the top of this and then descent. And then I stay at about 500 feet here for the rest of the day. Yellows, oranges, reds. It's gonna become a lot more when I start descending again. Because you could see it in the distance. The reds and yellows. Seen a lot of it last night close to the camp that I went to. Up about 2,000 or so now. When I get down to about 500, I'm gonna really notice it then, I'm sure. It's getting really close to peak time You can tell it's getting really nice and bright everywhere. Partial clearing here, almost to the summit. I don't know if you can see all those colors over there on those mountains, reds and yellows. Beautiful. Look at those clouds. Yeah. Standing on the summit of Little Boardman Mountain, all socked in with trees right here at the summit. You've seen the view right before the summit. I think that's the last climb for quite some time. I love it when I rhyme all the time. Little Boardman Mountain is in the bag. Good news. Up on that little rock, I got myself a signal. So I was able to get on the horn with Amtrak and was able to change my ticket to 1 day later. Wasn't supposed to be able to do that because I did economy. So he did me a solid and worked that out for me. So that's a good thing. It doesn't make my back feel better, but it also means I don't have to try to cram 30-mile days into today to tomorrow. So when I get to about 20 today, if I feel like stopping, I can stop. Now, it's going to be cruisy here, supposedly for the next, I don't know, 10 miles or so, at least. So I might end up cramming 30 in anyway. Might feel okay on my back, but I don't have to bust my hump to get there and be done with the 100-mile wilderness by tomorrow. I can give it till the next day and stretch it out if I need to, just so I don't overdo my back. That was the best thing I could do, because obviously I'm not quitting, I'm not leaving until I've summited Katahdin. So I needed a signal to be able to make that call, and luckily I got one, because there won't be any more high spots for a minute. So I'm glad I got that worked out, and that probably relieves a little bit of stress. Will probably make my back feel better just right there, because trying to cram 30 miles in when your back feels as bad as it has doesn't exactly give you a stress-free journey for the day. So good news, and I love it. I love good news. Good news is great. So I'm gonna keep on cruising here. I think I'm about 13 miles in for the day right now. So should definitely get to 20, maybe even 25 today, maybe even 30. We shall see what happens. It is warm today, in case I haven't stated that already. It is a warm day. It feels like a summer day in the South. I knew it when I woke up this morning. I was sweaty, and it was kind of humid too. So it's been a great day though, except maybe for the back. Everything else. So now we're going down, probably start seeing some more of these colorful leaves on the trees. What a beautiful, nice, soft trail this is right now. Sorry, I lost my breath right there when I said is right now. one of those where I stepped wrong and it sent right through to my breast with the pain. But this trail is beautiful. This can keep up for quite some time as far as I'm concerned. All the way to Katahdin. I won't complain. But really, it is beautiful. There's a few rocks and logs along the way, but for the most part, conducive to making up some miles. Check this out. This is Crawford Pond. A couple hops over there, probably climbed over them, don't even know it. Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. Beautiful views. Looks more like a lake. Those clouds just add to it. Gorgeous. I had to bushwhack to get to that view of the pond. Seems worth going back. I heard some moose out there, but I couldn't see them. I think they were coming from the other side. At least I'm pretty dang sure that was a moose sound. Kind of bugly, not like an elk, but kind of like that. I think, I'm not really sure, but I can't think of anything else that could have been except a moose. But that pond was pretty big, as you could see, so that was on the other side and I wasn't able to see anything. Darn. Outlet for the pond. I would just like to say for the record, it's been way too long since I've had a donut or 9. And it's been way too long since I had a steak and baked potato. And some nachos. Oh, some feijoada. Scalloped potatoes and ham. Ooh, roast beef. It's been a long time since I had any of these. I could go on and on. Like cheeseburgers, French fries. I need all of these things like right now. It has become that time of day for hours now where I am fantasizing about every single thing that I cannot have food-wise. Welcome to my life. I have stopped and set up camp for the night. That's me. It's a lean-to here. Cooper Brook, which is some really nice running rapids. Hey, buddy. You're free. Go, buddy, go, Kermit, go. But these are some nice rapids here. Up that way, nice little waterfall. It's really calm right here, obviously. And then more rapidy down there again. See if we can zoom in on that waterfall. It's pretty nice. Might see if I could walk down there and get a better view of that. But anyway, I'm staying here. Stopped short, like I kind of thought I would once I rescheduled that Amtrak. My back is screaming. And I could have kept going, but the next official tent site's still 6 miles away. And I didn't know if my back could make it that far. Actually, it's 8 miles away. Yeah, 8 miles because it was right at the 25-mile mark. Made it 17, a little over 17 today. That's okay. Here plenty early so I can get to bed early, get some rest, just lay down, stretch that back out, make it feel better. But I didn't know if there was any tent sites between here and the official tent site, so I didn't want to take a chance. Don't like stopping short, but I have an extra day now, and there's 44 miles left of the 100-mile wilderness, which means there's 59 miles left to the top of Katahdin. Get close, real close. So a big chunk of that I'll get tomorrow, and then the remainder the following day. And I doubt I'll get in early enough to summit the following day, which is okay because that's when I was supposed to summit. But since I pushed it back, or not when I was supposed to, but when I was planning on it, but since I pushed it back a day, that gives me an extra day to summit. So in 2 days, I'll get in there plenty early, be able to get some good rest before going up. But, yep, this is home for the night. I'm going to make some dinner and get some really good rest and hopefully kill some miles tomorrow. Everybody have a good night and live life.